All right. What's going on? You just gonna sit there and stab me like I'm on Law and
Me?
Order?
Oh well, no, I thought you when you were ready, we were gonna play the intro.
All right, play the intro. Let's do it. What's happening, you savages? Uncle Joey here. The check-in is brought to you by Stamps.com. They already got Christmas stuff on the shelves, and things are about to get crazy. If you're a business owner or even just a guy that's got packages to send, then you need Stamps.com. Stamps.com is your own personal post office wherever you are. All you need is a printer and a computer. Listen, I've been with them for close to 10 years. My wife still uses them for little things here and there. Why? Because you print your own postage at discounts up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates, and stamps.com will even let you know the cheapest and fastest shipping options to help you save even more money. If you want to save time as well as money, you can even schedule package pickups and through stamps.com. The dashboard, it couldn't be any easier. If I could do it, so can you. So do yourself a favor. Give your business the gift of stamps.com so your mailing and shipping is covered this holiday season. Sign up with promo code Joey for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and press in code Joey.
Turn off your TVs, run for your lives. It's over. They didn't put you on this planet just to give up. If Uncle Joey could do it, I could rule the world. That's what you gotta be thinking. Welcome back to
What's happening, my brother? November the 6th. We're here. It's a whole new month with a whole new set of rules. Hold on. After the phone rang, I had to shut my thing on airplane mode. In fact, people are going to start bothering me any minute. What's going on, my little brother?
I'm just happy to see you, dude. It's great when you it's Thanksgiving pretty much.
All right, beautiful. I got the little red suit on today, like one of those Christmas dudes that help Santa Claus. I got the new lighting. I got the bookshelf up like an animal. I got the books in there, the albums. I'm feeling good, brother. It's a whole new week, a whole new month. You should be looking at it just the same.
I'm excited. Why did you decide to redo your office?
Because it looked like fucking death. I wanted to set it up. My computer, my desk over there. I got my little podcast studio right here. You know, TikTok Magoo. No drama, no nothing. I don't got to drive behind a dirty building at night. When I leave, I'm thinking I'm going to get mugged. Somebody sent me a picture where the old church was.
Which one? The one next to the In-N-Out or?
The one where we ended it.
Oh, okay. What happened?
And it looks like a bomb hit that place. It looks like a bomb hit it. Like the grass growing in the parking lot. Somebody broke down the fence, you know.
Well,
like
that was a weird office. Like, they were all very nice. But that, like,
and they got, well, remember when the lady stole 2 of our bongs?
Well, to be fair, we did leave them in the like we left them. I think
you walk in the bathroom, you see a bong, you leave it there. You don't touch that stuff. That's like bumping into a dead chicken on a corner in New York City. You leave that there. You don't touch that stuff. You don't call SVU and check out the chicken. You know what I'm saying? You just keep walking.
Oh, they got so mad, and it really it broke the camel's back at the first office when they kept accusing us of smoking weed, and we were really good. We never smoked weed in that office, and then from that office on, we were like, we're gonna smoke in every fucking office.
No, I remember I went to one off with my wife that was like it looked like where they put Adam Sandler in The Longest Yard. It had like aluminum. It must have been 115 fucking degrees. When I walked in, I go, what's the air? Lady's like, we keep it at 68. 68. 68. You better turn that down to 32. She was dying in here. It was metal all the way up in the valley. No buildings around it, nothing. the sun's beating on it all day. I'm not doing this. Then we had the place in the ghetto by the 7-Eleven on the corner.
Right. That was the first one.
And that's where we got thrown out, where the
Yes.
lady kept pounding the door. There was an earthquake there. My uncle did it. He got stuck. That was the Luke office. How we kept it going after that is beyond me. It's
What do you
beyond me
mean?
because we were in that office. We were searching around, but in the meantime, I was walking with a crib one day, and
Uh-huh.
I'm walking towards that little park where they used to shoot Sons of Anarchy and all that shit. And I see a guy standing outside our podcast studio. And I go up
Right.
to him and go, hey, man, I did a podcast in there years earlier. It was Gray Drake's podcast. So I knew they did a podcast in there. And I go, I did a podcast in there one time. Is there any offices? And he goes, no. I said, I'll leave my number. He goes, all right. 11 months later, as we were getting thrown out of the other place, he called us with that place. And then
I think we're
Babu,
the only podcasting to get thrown out of multiple offices.
I don't know how long we did the stint where you found the guy in the alleyway sleeping up on
Oh,
North
that guy was
Hollywood.
there for a while. That was there, yeah, up by the In-N-Out. There was just a homeless dude. I think about that guy a lot. He was so smart. He broke in and he just laid there. He laid against the wall. He didn't say anything. He didn't do it, and everyone was just like
Close the door.
embarrassed or like,
I'm
and
like, close the door, Doug. Mind your business. You don't know nothing.
and someone didn't mind their business. They went to the bathroom with the door unlocked, and he stole her purse. Like he just got up, ran, stole her purse, and left.
That's the office where we had Stephen Bauer with the dog and his girlfriend knocked on the door, right?
No, I thought Stephen Bauer came to the last one because he lived close to it.
No. The first time Stephen Bauer came on,
Oh,
with
he
the
knocked on the door
Bauer,
that time. You're right. Okay.
yes. And then that's where we had the pimp the first time.
Both times.
He's dead as disco.
Oh yeah. Oh, R.I.P.
That poor kiss of death. It's really fucking hysterical about the office situations we had. Now you know I got a little cubicle in my fucking back room here. I got to wear a sweatshirt because it's freezing, but I love it.
Do you? Oh my God. Like,
I
what do you
was-
do? You just spend all day in there?
Huh?
I said, you just spend all day in there now?
I wake up in the morning, I get a cup of coffee, I go outside, I do a little gratitude, I relax. If it's real cold, I stay outside. I take some fucking air, and then I come down here, my coffee's finished. I go on the internet, I read whatever pertains to me, and I either put something up or, it's not like the old days where I used to have to think of stuff 5 days a week. That ship sailed. You know what I'm saying? 2
No more
days
thinking.
best you get from me, and I answer some emails, and I got to follow up with people, constantly. So that's part of it. Friday we find out whether we're nominated for a Grammy or not.
Fuck yeah.
So you call people and they're like, "How you doing?" What do you mean? How we doing? Have you checked? Have you called the fucking Grammy? Nah, I've been busy fucking playing the bongos. Okay, what do you want
Have you
from me?
checked?
Huh? Yeah, no,
I
it's a
love that.
different world out there. It's a different world out there, Tarzan. But you know what, man? My weekend was easy.
Nice.
I had a bunch. Dog, this is how different my life is. I thought the UFC in New York City was last Saturday. So I
It
had
wasn't?
there was a UFC. That's why when John Jones canceled, I kept hearing about Derek Lewis fighting some guy. And I'm like, maybe they replaced him. I don't fucking follow up on this shit no more. I don't know nothing. I knew John Jones was going to be. That's it. I was all excited for John Jones. I was playing soul music. I was watching Superfly, the whole fucking thing. I was excited for John Jones, the return, And I don't know. I was excited to see Stipe, too. It's been a while since I saw that Savage. Whatever the outcome, I was just excited to maybe go over there. It would have been a long night for Uncle Joey. I would have had to get a room in the city.
Oh,
or
yeah.
fucking had like somebody pick me the fuck up right as I would have to run up to the top of the garden, watch the screen, and get out of there. So all week long, I'm like, you know what? I got this. I got a party to go to early, a 50th party to go to early on Saturday. And I'll hang at the party. At one point, you know us, we abandon ship. How you doing? Vote for me. You give a couple people a joint. You give somebody a hug. Pew! Where you going? I got to go to the bathroom. Pew! Boom! I'm on my way to the city. I get up to the ferry, maybe take an Uber over, take another Uber to not an Uber over to the city, take the ferry and take an Uber to the garden. That's a plan. That was the plan. Get there by 9:30. The place will be packed. Joe was gonna hook me up somewhere. So I was all excited. I hadn't seen Joe since Austin. So that was the fucking plan. Till Friday. Friday, the party I was going to, one of my friends called. And I go, I'll see you at the party tomorrow night. He's like, what are you talking about? I go, that party's tomorrow night. And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, 7:30. I just spoke to him. He goes, nah, it's next fucking Saturday. I go, what are you talking about? So I go, I had to call somebody and double check. But then Friday, I didn't hear from Joe. So it made sense.
So it's in a week.
What happened?
It's in a week?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Got it. Okay.
In fact, the fucking countdown was last night. And again, I got caught watching some fucking show from the creator of Yellowstone about a black slave that breaks away and shoots a bunch of white people. I love it. Tremendous. Black power.
Hey.
In 1856.
Is that the name of the show?
No, I don't know what the name of the show is, but it doesn't really matter. It's a good show. It's on the app.
That's fun. I had a good week. I saw Bill Burr last night. Or Sunday
Very
night.
interesting what you said to me today. If you don't want to repeat it on the podcast,
I'll repeat anything.
you don't have to, but it's very interesting when you said that to me. And tell the people what you told me.
About the lighting?
Your opinion here.
Oh, my opinion. So I got really lucky. In the past month, I saw Jerry Seinfeld, Dave Chappelle twice, and Bill Burr. And they were all great in different ways, but the best one, like by far the most fun we had, was at Bill Burr. Which was, I guess, not surprising.
Seinfeld's very polite on stage. He wears the suit. He gives you a different vibe, but it ain't fucking fun. He makes you laugh. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Dave Chappelle, on the other hand, he's exciting. I always thought that. But I got to be honest with you. I've been a Bill Burr fan. Like I told you, I had a conversation with him. He disappeared. Then I saw him on the Chappelle show, and I was cheering for him. I didn't know. And then all of a sudden, he's getting booed in Philadelphia, and now, and he's solid. I love everything about him. I watched that movie the first afternoon it came out, then I watched it again the next day, and I enjoyed it. And I respected the critics went against it, and he got 29 million fucking views. So everybody had to shut their mouth at the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? It was entertainment. Nobody had to take it personal here, and everybody takes everything so fucking personal today.
I've heard that's good. I haven't got to see the movie, but all I could think of, like, when I was thinking about what I got from his set, like, other than it was like funny, was like I think he pretty much better than anyone, like, actually, like, seems like himself during this, like, there's no real difference. I've never met him personally, so I don't know. But between his podcast, his stand up, who he's
Really?
seen, like,
you never were up there when I was with him?
No, I don't think so. I've seen him on stage, but I don't think I ever personally met him.
You didn't come to the ACDC thing, the tribute?
I don't think so.
Never at the store. Did you watch him live at the store?
Maybe once. No, I saw him in downtown LA, I think. Or it was either downtown LA or Hollywood for New Year's Eve one year. I saw him. He's always been great. But that's what I don't know if authentic's the right word. That's kind of a weird word, but it just seems like, and that's what you hear a lot from, like, or I hear a lot from experienced comics, is you have to, like, be yourself. And even I sometimes feel like, I don't know, like I'm playing it up a little bit, but it doesn't feel like always like something I'd say. and
It
what
takes
it
time.
seems like
That's stage time. And
right.
you don't know it. There's no fucking there's no time limit. Everybody's different. Now I think that you're an intelligent guy. So I'm a fucking, Momo LaRue. I started at 91, and I really call it this, the gift. I saw it one night in 99 in the belly room telling stories
You saw it in yourself?
for the first time ever. I went
Wow.
up there to tell something, and they changed it up, and it came out beautifully. And it was deep inside me that was coming out. And I remember going home that night going, I like that. Whatever happened tonight, I like that. I got to tap into it a lot more. And then it
Right.
took a while. It took like another 30 days to tap into it. But I noticed I would tap into it in front of smaller crowds. Okay. At the store, it was anywhere when I moved to LA. Like I was doing a bookstore on Burham Boulevard. I've always pointed it out to you. It was a brilliant idea. And I would go up there and do like 3 sets, like what you did in LA, whatever. You just keep doing sets, and somewhere it'll just come out of you because everybody wants to do an audience. Everybody can't wait to do 25,000 seats. Well, you got to learn how to do 100 in a 300 seater, and they're sitting apart. Do you follow
Right.
me? My biggest lesson ever was going up in a 170 seat room and there being 40 people. Listen, that brilliant material you wrote last night with your buddies at 11:15 at night when there's 28 motherfuckers, it might not go over like you planned, G Money. So what are you gonna do? So now you just go, wow, I'm eating a bag of dicks up here. And it's the 6-minute mark. I still got 11 to go, and I already hit him with my closer. I'm swimming
Oof.
uphill with nothing. I don't even have a hand. I'm missing a fucking hand now. So now you just got to chill, breathe, and just start talking to them about your real fucking day. And that's how it starts. Where you go, I'm already going down in flames. I already might tell them about my day. And I mean, hit them with everything. You got up, you took a shit, you ate Cheerios. You don't know why. You really like the honey nut, but Athena bought the regular, And in that, God forbid you leave your tape recorder on.
Right.
Then you go home, you look at that, and you go, wow, what happened tonight? Now it takes you another 30 days to get back there. And that's the levels, and that's what you chase. You chase different levels of your career.
And on top of what he was saying, he said some stuff that I would be afraid. Not, I guess the word is afraid to say on stage. Like he made fun of the venue, and it was all funny. But he made fun of the venue. He talked about everybody and every taboo topic, and it made me, because it's very funny that those words coming out of another comic's mouth people would be booing it, but he had 4,000 people dying laughing, and it's very interesting. The people trust him now. I think. I don't know what it is, because it was
No,
all very funny.
it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
Study how he delivers those jokes. He turns around, he does the fucking Karen voice, he does this voice, he tries his hardest. And listen, what you're seeing up there is confidence. What you're seeing up there is 30 years. What you're seeing up there is pure brilliance. And he figured out how to put it on the screen. When I watched that movie, that's why I like Bill even more. So if you're a young comic right now, I'd be doing what Lee just did. He just dropped a nickel to go, and that nickel was a fucking investment. Because first off, let's get this correct. You enjoyed all 3 of them because I spoke to you
Oh yeah.
after, except last night I didn't talk to you. I went to bed fucking nappy noon early. I was tired. I had a long fucking weekend, Doug.
Oh, I can imagine. I was
You know,
fucking tired,
it's
but I
weirdly
loved all of them. Yeah.
I work all fucking week. I do my thing. I'm a dad. I got a driver to kickboxing. I enjoy it. I'm really at a level now where I don't even give a fuck anymore. I'm an Uber driver. I got a driver to the thing this week. It's tremendous. Basketball start this week.
And is your wife coaching again?
Fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm not going to the practices. I'm only going to go to the games.
Has your ban been lifted?
I only had a 1-game ban. That's it. Business.
Okay.
You got to bring up the ban and throw fucking salt.
What? That's what you were saying. I thought that's what you were saying. You're not going to the practices.
No, I'm not going to practices because you know what? I don't want to put pressure on her. I don't want. I can't help. I shouldn't even be there. I'm a convicted felony. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't even have anything like that. But I was talking to a cop at jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Told him my situation. I go, it's so funny how I got in trouble. Fuck, 27 years ago. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to talk to this guy now. They won't get rid of this warrant, but if you get arrested in California, I let you go home in 10 minutes.
That
If you
must
get
be
arrested,
fucked up.
yeah, I'll let you go home in 10 minutes. So they're holding me accountable for something that happened 27 years ago when I was a complete different person in a complete different world, in a complete different situation and state of mind, So I even offered to pay the fine. I don't know. I think this is going to end up fucking going right back to square one. Tell him to come up here and turn himself in. And it looks I'll never be going to Seattle again. I'll never be eating a nice fucking piece of salmon again. You know what I'm saying? But who gives a fuck? I get bigger fish to fry.
That's fucking crazy.
What kind of show this week, Tarzan? Talk to me.
Last week I did a show at a brewery, and this week I have a show. I have 2 shows on Saturday night at the Silvertone in Boston. There's a cool little group out here that has shows all over every weekend, and they were nice. And I had that last weekend, and now I have this weekend too. I'm hosting.
But now you're going into the season of death for young comics.
Why is that?
In Mike business, because the Boston Celtics. So now you show up for your little open Mikey at 8:15, but they're like, "Hey Lee, we can't turn off the TV till fucking the game is over."
That's happened before.
Now you got to sit there and drink coffee, but they always hit you with this. By the way, when you cut off 10 people, you killed the bus driver, you ran over a bicyclist. Then you get there and they're like, "Oh, we forgot to tell you that we can't turn the TV off until the fucking football
Celtics
game
is over."
And then the football game is off, and there's 200 people shooting pool now. You're like, what the fuck? It's 10:15. Were these people homeless? And now you got to shoot pool. You got to do jokes.
Right.
People shooting fucking pool. So that's the skill that you want that when you go out. Dog, I remember doing the longest yard, and one of the gigs they got me was a club in Chicago, like a sea room.
Okay.
They told me to fly in early. But I had a show. They paid me good money. I'm not complaining. But it was a bowling alley, dog.
I've done bowling alleys.
No.
That's crazy.
Only for an open mic or a small 50 or a small 20.
Right.
It was like, if I would have known, I wouldn't have done it.
Why was it out like where the bowling was?
Yeah, I don't belong in a bowling alley in fucking Iowa. I kept thinking somebody was going to hit me with one of those balls and shit. They had like farmer gear on and stuff. I'm in there on a Thursday night fighting for my life.
Is that one of the ones we talked about last week where you just left?
I don't know. No, I couldn't leave because I didn't have a car. How was I going to get home? I'm in fucking Petticoat Junction. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I couldn't go home, so I had to eat the bullet in a bowling alley. And guess what? They're shooting fucking bowling balls.
No.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were at least above it or something. Oh my
God. And it was
God.
a little room that, it was in a little room. Not really. It was in a boundary It was in a boundary. Let's call it a boundary with like a 4-foot thing, like a diner. You know, a diner in a fucking bowling alley. They
Right.
cleaned out the tables and they put like chairs with a make believe stage, and it was a fucking horror show.
Jesus
But
Christ.
it prepared me for what I was doing in 2016. Remember, I used to tell you that I used to go on stage at the store and I would have great sets. And when I was up there at like the 9-minute mark, I'd do something and I go, oh, this is from something I learned one night at the 8 Ball Inn in Montana, or this is what I did one night in Seattle. Look at that. It came back. Or this is what I did one night. It really is. You start to see your path. That's a complete different thing. You guys don't need to worry about your path right now. Just need to get on stage, eat your fucking Cheerios, and do your jumping jacks, cocksuckers. That's it. And get on stage. That's it. And listen, along the way, when you do comedy, you're going to get beat up. Listen, life right now is fucked up. I get it. You understand me? Things are getting tight. Fucking, I just saw something that somebody complained. They went to get something at Big Mac. It was $16 for a
Yeah.
super meal, whatever the fuck it is. McDonald's is the last ray of hope. After that, you're eating at a shelter. And no. What are we joking here? Look what's going
I
on
thought so.
right now. Ceasefire, but boom, they're not stopping. They're not staying. And the United States, we told Biden to call him. Listen, this ain't Biden. This is Israel. They got into the tunnels now. They're creeping while you're sleeping. They did. That's what they're reporting. Again, this is just this is an opinion. This is something that's going on right now. So please work with me. My point is that it's a little stressful for you people. So do me a favor. Listen to this ad. Coming at you. BetterHelp. Hey, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Listen, there's your Uncle Joey here. The holidays are coming up, which means your mental health might take a little nosedive. No matter what's going on, talking through your little problems in therapy can help you now. BetterHelp's online therapy gives you access to a licensed therapist that you can meet with over video call, phone, or even message. It's designed to be super convenient and work with your own busy schedule. Like I've always told you guys, when I first moved, I didn't know who to turn to. It was COVID. Nobody wanted to see people in person. I was going through anxiety. I didn't know what was things were backfiring. And somebody referred BetterHelp.com. And I got to tell you something. I worked with somebody for about 9-10 months. And here Uncle Joey is today. And let me tell you something. You know me, dog. I don't like talking about this stuff, but getting started is easy. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, and the BetterHelp team will match you with a therapist. Boom! If you don't mesh with their first pick, no problem. You swap therapists at any time at no additional charge, no questions asked. So find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Diaz, D-I-A-Z. Listen, Uncle Joey's giving you personal. Do yourself a favor. Go to BetterHelp.com/Diaz, and I'm going to get you 10% off your first month. Who's better than Uncle Joey? Nobody. Who's better than BetterHelp? Nobody. That's BetterHelp.com/Diaz. BetterHelp. HELP.com/Diaz. Enjoy the show. What's happened, you bad motherfuckers? We're back. Anyway, what else? What kind of plans you got this week? What are you dropping on?
Well, I wanted to. There was a fight in the line at the show last night. I forgot to talk about how it was crazy, because it made me think of it was an 8 o'clock show at a casino on a Sunday. Surprisingly, there weren't that many hecklers, but it was two older guys, 45-plus-year-old guys, just started yelling and going at it in the line. It was pretty fucking crazy. Have you ever had? I know you had that guy at Gotham, but and I saw a fight at the Chappelle show too. That's crazy.
Hey, you see,
There's
fight
been
the place where you're supposed to go to laugh. You're predetermined to go there to laugh, and now there's a fight. I could see if you're predetermined to go to a UFC,
right.
and the
Yeah.
back of the head. But it's a different fucking world now. So I get all that shit. So let's be honest, I started in the 90s, right?
Hmm.
Did all that road work, and I never really saw anything bad. I could lie to you and tell there were maybe I don't know, because I would have remembered them. I
Right.
didn't see anything bad. One time in LA, I saw something hilarious. I saw one of the funniest fucking things at a show in West Covina, a club we used to do called the Brave Bull. The guy who ran it, God bless him, I love him with all my heart, Rudy. And this had to be 98, 99. We're at the store banging it out, me and Marilyn. And when you worked there before you went up on stage on Friday or Saturday, Rudy
Right.
would come over to you and go, Joey, remember, it's a family room. I would go up there and just come out the gate throwing heat. And I would fucking hit him out of the park. And then I would get off and he'd go, fucking Joey, but then and he knew I was going to be dirty the next night. He'd come up to me and tell me the mayor is here. I don't give a fuck. Okay. I'm going off. So now there was a little pause in my career with Rudy. Whenever he'd get mad at you, he gave you like a 6-week ban. But listen, you went down on a Friday, you could bang out $65. You went down, and listen, this is 1998 prices. They're probably even worse now. So just to let you give you a gauge, you did a comedy show in a room that sat like 80. And if you were lucky, you did a room that was 25 people, like the belly room. And in that room, they had tacos. So you could get up
Nice.
and grab a taco and they would eat it during your show. And you're up there thinking about your material. You're looking at that clock and that light because you couldn't wait for that light to turn fucking red. So you get the fuck out of there and run to that taco table. And all of a sudden there'd be carnitas or rice and beans and like some other type of tacos. This place you have no idea. You have no idea.
Shit.
You showed up 10 years too late. Well, one night we show up there, Marilyn's headlining. I'm in the little room and Rudy's not around. Rudy had a gig with Paul Rodriguez somewhere. So somebody else is running the room. I get there, the dude pays me. I do the little room that night. Okay.
Right.
If I got off stage in time, I was going to do 8 minutes before Marilyn Martinez. God rest her soul. It was her anniversary of the 16th year of being dead last week, the 3rd of November, and Rick Ramo's birthday. So I got to give him a shout out and give him a call. So I go in there and Marilyn's on stage already. I lost my guest set, but I started a set at the Comedy Store. I didn't give a fuck. And next thing you know, something happens with Marilyn on stage, talking to some guy about a little dick, and his wife was there, and she got pissed at Marilyn. So she got up and started yelling at Marilyn, and some other Mexican tackled her. It was like a heavyweight brawl, and the husbands got involved. Tables were flying and shit. It was a fisticuffs. I was pissed because I was going to pick up like the small 15, whatever the fuck I was going to pick up. So
Jesus Christ.
hey, Marilyn got out of there.
The cops came?
Huh?
The cops came?
Oh, yeah, the cops came, the whole thing. They have like a fucking, you ever go into somebody's backyard and they have like the wood on top of wood? And it's like a little square, that fucking, I don't know what you call them, not shingles, but whatever the fuck they are, right? They had like they had them like make-believe stands with flowers going through them. And they had them all over the back room, like leftover from weddings and part-time wakes, like Mexican right there and shit. They have like a combo taco night. Grandpa's dead, but he ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Cha 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 cha. Anyway, fucking
A part-time wake got me. I don't know what a part-time wake is.
Anyway, none. Anyway, when I saw them pull those things down with the flour and people were hitting each other, nah, listen. At that time, it was 99. I was starting to do not well, but I was doing a lot better than what I was doing in my whole part of my life.
Right.
So I just waited for the cops to come. I pulled Marilyn and her husband out of there. I think somebody else was there, what we knew. And the cops were just swarming. We were pulling away, and I never really thought about it. right? I went to the comedy store, did my spot. I probably snorted a fucking G-Bo of Coke, so I must have blacked out. The next morning, I got a call from Marilyn. She's howling.
Why?
I'm like, what's up, Doug? That was crazy last night. And she goes, Joey. She goes, my first call this morning was Rudy. And I go, what did he say? And he goes, Marilyn, what happened? He goes, what happened? Chairs were flying. Like, that
Oh,
was too much. That was too fucking much. That was just hilarious. God rest his soul. I'm happy you brought that up because I got to tell a story on her anniversary. I feel good now. Yeah.
that's awesome. That's so she was going at, and the wife of the guy got up that upset that they started an entire brawl.
Guy had a little dick, and she said, how do you know? It really got fucking like a jealous thing. And
That's
you know
funny.
what? Who knows? The only beef I ever had was the microphone to the head, which I'm not telling again. And basically, that was really it. They were just drunk people, man, that go to shows. You know, that's. I saw something else. The thing that always stuck out with me was I spoke about this last week. How in your career, whatever the fuck you do, you can't wait to get to a certain level. As a musician, you can't wait to get to the Garden and then Wembley. Everybody has a goal. You know what I'm saying? As comics, you got to be realistic. You're not going to be doing comedy going, you know what? I'm going to be opening for Matt Rife on the world tour next year. You got to be realistic to yourself. So,
Right.
still remember getting like, I forget what I was going to tell you. That motherfucking edible's kicking in, Jack. I remember getting like a week somewhere and getting there. Oh, shit. When I did the hosting, it was part of a fucking week in Colorado, right? It was Tuesday. You had Wednesday off. You had Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday in Alamosa. So Tuesday was Boulder. Wednesday you had off. Thursday was Craig. Friday was Pueblo. Saturday something else, and Sunday was Alamosa. What the fuck are you laughing about, Doug? I'm trying to talk to you about a schedule here. Fucking what are you gonna do?
So yeah.
What?
Oh, that just got me. So you had that schedule?
What schedule? Yeah, so we had the schedule. So that was what at the time of being a host, that was my dream.
Right.
To do that triple run. And that motherfucker made me do 18 weeks of hell. And I would keep saying to him, Dave, what's going on with that Boulder week? Dave, I'm going to do a little homecoming, snort some coke at the broker, get a hotel room. What's the deal? He would not give it to me. And then one day out of the blue, he called me. He goes, hey, go down. This is after I hadn't worked there anymore. He goes, somebody else was hosting. He goes, go down there, do a set tonight. And if he likes you, I'll put you on the run. And he just called me. And then the following week, he didn't put me in Boulder, but he put me in Craig. And I remember I was traveling with somebody, and you had to stop and get a fax machine, right? Like a fax. This is how fucking old I am. And then you read the fax and you gave the feature act his fax. And I was the feature act. What am I saying here? So I'm looking at this and it says Wednesday, where you going, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is why you did that week, because it was a long week and you worked out material. Fucking, what the fuck was I talking about here? Oh, Colorado. So here's my first night. It's a 6-hour fucking drive. I pull over at a whatever the fuck, Quiznos, whatever, Kinko's, not Quiznos, Kinko's. Over at Kinko's. I pick up the fax, and as I read in the bottom, it says this place is known to get whatever, active. If that happens, exit the stage and go to your room and call 911. Well, that does me no fucking good. That does me no fucking good. And I remember getting there, and it was like the thing from the Blues Brothers. They had like a 50 feet stage before you and the thing, and they had like a little bit of a net, like just I remember doing my 30 minutes. I gave him like the light 25, said some stupid shit, and I went to my room and just chilled. And I never went back
Jesus.
to Colorado. They threw a couple things.
They really had a fence in front of you?
They had like shades to deflect stuff. I don't know what they're really called. It wasn't like the creepy chandeliers in the 70s where hippies walked in. Hey man, cool. No. This was something different. So if not, like, I don't know. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Que sera, sera. I just want you to know you're picking a fucking career of life in danger now. Wait till you get a Motel 6 and the lock don't work in your room. Who you gonna call? Ghostbuster. Dun, 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 dun. You call the room. It's an Indian guy. He comes
Oh,
upstairs.
yeah.
You don't know nothing about a lock. He tells you to put the bookcase behind the door. You think you put the bookcase behind the door, a chair, your sneakers, your little Jewish pants, and next thing you know, fucking,
What did my pants do?
the who?
Why are my pants Jewish?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't wear Jewish pants. Listen, you got to add some humor to the conversation. Don't be so fucking uptight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not being upset. I love it.
I love doing this shit with you.
Oh, it's great, buddy. I love it too. It's great.
My girls are gone. They come home. I watch a little Monday Night Football. I already had dinner. I'm tip top Magoo. I got a light day tomorrow, but she's got no school this week. This is a
The whole
motherfucker
week?
hustler like Uncle Joey. No. This is the teachers' conference and election day. This has been going on since I came to school here. This has
So
been
you got a
going on.
whole week right before Thanksgiving off? That's crazy.
You have, it's 2 or 3 weeks before Thanksgiving right now. 2.
Is it really?
I don't fucking know. What am I? A
I
walking
guess
calendar?
you're right. Yeah.
Today. I'm 60 years old. I'm just worried about today, Lisa. Next week, I don't know. I might bend over for a nickel and fucking, next thing you know, I'm walking around with a maraca. So since I'm a kid, Tuesday's election day, tomorrow's election day in New Jersey. And then Wednesday, they go back to fucking school for a whole day. And then you got Thursday and Friday off. Believe it or not, we thought about going away. We're still thinking about taking her out of here. I got to stick around till Thursday. So it wouldn't be till Thursday night because nothing happens here this week. People take off.
Crazy.
Like the airport, they say, is mobbed. All the plane tickets out of Jersey and New York go up this week because everybody goes on vacation. So
Yeah, why would you go back for one day?
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do. I got to do something Wednesday. I got to do something Thursday for sure. I had to see your beautiful face. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Is it like what like it's amazing to me she's gonna be 11 soon. Like it's just crazy how big she's getting.
Yes, it's I don't know. It's making me stronger watching her grow, man. It's good. I picked the right fucking choice. And I'll tell you some other time. I picked the right choice. I picked the right path for right now. I'm feeling better, What can I tell you? Sticking to a fucking schedule for the first time. I've stuck to it for 7 fucking weeks. Knock on wood. So I'm very happy about that. And, I'm still smoking my dope. I ain't fucking perfect. Even Jesus drank wine from time to time. I eat my little mushrooms on the weekend. I don't bother nobody. Nobody knows nothing.
No.
I go to football games. I eat 2 pieces of mushrooms and I just stare at the fucking girls playing softball. I talk to my wife. I talk to the other fucking dads. I just watch the girls throw the fucking, curveballs and shit, how they're learning. And it's really nice. I've been watching these girls since they were fucking 7 play together. And now they're knocking on the door of, pre-teenagers. So I'm learning something every fucking day, Lee. As dumb as it sounds, as faggy as it sounds, that's what we're doing today. Who knows what we're going to do tomorrow? I might wake up tomorrow, pick you up and rob a bank in the town there, over there with fucking, what's that dude's name?
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck, yeah. We'll go over there and fucking rob a bank. We'll get caught. We'll do 30 federal. They'll put us in a fucking, federal resort. And guess what? We'll be the first podcast via Sing Sing.
Did you see that? By the way,
What?
do you see who has a new podcast?
Who?
Suge Knight.
Is it from jail?
Yeah. Let me
Okay.
double check here. Hold on, Joe. Take the time of that because
I don't know
yeah,
if you.
it's out. It's called Collect. Collect
Okay.
Call with Suge Knight, and they're doing it from prison. How crazy
Yeah,
is that?
that's pretty intense. That's tremendous. That's a conversation from inside the fucking jail on a collect call. I hope that's it's like a phone call. It's like this, only without the fucking boogie banoogie. No screen, just a blink. The phone rings. Do you accept the collect call from Jose Diaz at Hudson County Jail? Yes, I do. And then you get that bill. It's $2,000 every time I fucking call.
Are
Think
they
you
expensive?
fuck yeah, because they bang you out and the phone company bangs you out and they hit you with a surcharge. So
Oh damn.
it's no party in there. Everybody gets yum yums. Every time you call them your girlfriend and you're like, yeah, I'm in here. I'm thinking about you. Bam, that's an $80 bill right there. You better get a sock and stop thinking and get the stepping, cocksucker.
Jesus Christ.
The good
That's a
thing about
fuck.
ours, they had payphones.
Why is that good?
Be, like I said to you, if you go listen, what were they
Do you have
talking?
quarters? You
Ooh,
can't have quarters in prison.
I don't think they put a phone in prisons till 1973 or something. They passed something. You have to don't quote me on that. Somebody had just mentioned that story to me. So let's say I would have gone to a higher level facility, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I would have had to make collect calls because the first 4 weeks I was in there, all those calls were collect.
Damn. And then you went
Money
to a
went
place with
away
the
to my ex-wife, my ex-girlfriend at the time, and she paid my collect calls. And then once I got to Camp George West, it was payphones. 4 fucking payphones.
and how would you pay for it?
Quarters. Remember, I could tell you you could have $40 on you at that place. And then they gave you money. You had money because you went to the Chinese restaurant. Remember, I told you you go to the
Right.
bodega 20 minutes. Yeah. So they fucking
I just didn't imagine like giving prisoners access to a bunch of change. Was it like I didn't think you'd have money. I didn't never thought about it like that.
well, you know what? There was a bunch of people in there, bikers, there was Mexicans, there was 2 or 3 Italians, there was, but there wasn't no fucking Asian gang. So nobody's gonna take fucking quarters and flip them into fucking stars and chase you down at the fucking infirmary. The scariest thing where I was the barber cut your hair with a straight razor.
Ooh.
And when you were getting a haircut, there was a guard in there who went in there, opened the box, gave him the razor. He cut like 3 haircuts, then he gave him back the razor. The guy put it in the box and walked away. You would sit there like an awe. Like this guy could have just slit my fucking neck.
Yeah, that's
Little
terrifying. A
Mexican
straight
dude.
razor?
It was a straight razor, and then in between haircuts, while he was washing your hair, he put conditioner on there, and they gave him some sort of like Mexican tool, like one of those things from a La Bamba movie. I don't know. I don't know. Fucking instruments and shit. They let him because he was like in there, and then he worked up the level. For you to be allowed to cut hair with a razor, you have been a good fucking dude. You really turned your life around, probably. You didn't get in trouble, you didn't get involved. They're giving you fucking access to a razor in prison. Or
I don't
even
think that
this shit.
that razor would scare me with people outside of prison. I
The what?
wouldn't trust a guy. I wouldn't trust. Would you go to your barber and let them use a straight razor?
Fuck yeah. That's the best haircut in the world.
Okay. I
That's
obviously don't go to the barber anymore, so I don't know. I just
nah, you're living
fuck.
like a doctor. You don't even have a write-off for haircuts no more. You know what I'm
That
saying?
does kill me as a Jew.
You can't even unless you take a picture with a wig on and send that to the IRS. I got this little hairdo. It cost me $82.50 a month to keep it up. Between the hair dye, The Mama Luke juice, you got to straighten it out and shit.
Wait, why am I dying a toupee? Wouldn't it already be the color I wanted it to be?
What's that?
Like, why am I? Why do I have to dye my toupee?
Listen, why are you asking me questions that I have nothing? You know, all I know right now, all I'm focusing is who's gonna fucking. I'm thinking about the Jets tonight. They're playing here in Newark, whatever the fuck.
Are they playing the Chargers?
They're playing the Chargers. It's a 3-point fucking game. So I'm just thinking about it, you know, just for entertainment to watch the game. Girls will be here by the time the game starts. I got to go around the corner to my buddy's house. He's got season tickets, but he can't go because he's working tonight. So I'll go over there and sit with him with a bag of chips, talk to the kid. You know me, Doug. I love all that stuff. So I'll even take Mercy over there with me because his daughter's there. She's Mercy's age. That's her best friend. So
Right, absolutely.
it's chat for a little while. I watched the game with my man, and boom. Speaking about the game right now, let's take a minute here to talk about one of my best fucking sponsors, a company I love, DraftKings. NBA fans, are you guys watching the NBA right now? Basketball is back. Listen to me. You got to watch this in-house tournament they're having. Guess what? DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, has a crazy offer for you. Listen, they're going nuts over there. This is the time of the year. Everything's crack-a-lacking. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5. $5 American dollars on the NBA. That's the price of a cup of coffee today. Why not use that $5 for something way more fun? $200 instantly in bonus credits. That's a party where I come from. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. Who's better than you? Nobody. Basketball is more fun right now. The lines are a little soft. And guess what? You're back in action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Press code Joey, Joey. New customers can get, again, 200 in bonus bets instantly for betting the small $5. All right? Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, code Joey, where the crown is yours. When was the last time the crown was yours? Nowhere. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, all right? Or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE, New York. If you got problems, I don't know what to tell you. But if you don't have problems, download the DraftKings app. Let's wrap this up right now, guys. All right, so let me ask you a question since you brought up Suge Knight. I am no authority on this.
Right.
I'd like to ask you if you read into it or have a summary by next Tuesday for the people, because I don't know what's going on. I'm scared to look into it. Like, I don't have time to read one of these fucking articles. Because if it's bullshit, I'm going to get pissed. I'm down to minutes right now. I'm not even looking at days. Once you hit 60, you got to start thinking about your minutes. All right.
So what do you want? What do you want a recap of?
Yeah, I want to recap of what's going on. They caught somebody who they said shot Tupac, and somebody ratted it. It was P. Diddy who put the contract out on him. I
don't know the full story, but you know what's crazy? I'm almost positive Rachel Wolfson's dad was like the DA who got him, or like it was a rapper. Apparently he had talked. I think it was a rapper. I'll look into it for next week. But it was the guy who had talked about it. He in like a documentary or like a TV show. He had talked about like knowing something. And I don't know if they got the shooter, but they got like I think this guy was involved. That's like I pay almost no attention to it, but I'm almost positive.
I was just moving to LA when that was going down. I had moved. I still lived in Seattle when Tupac got shot. That's when I was making the move. And I lived in LA when the other guy got shot, Biggie Smalls, both of them rest in peace. And I don't know. You know, I've heard stories about Las Vegas for years. Cameras from buildings, satellites, cameras at the airport, fucking, I don't know. I've never bought into it. I don't know. But don't
I don't
ask
really.
don't ask me who did it. I don't know who fucking did it. I have no idea. I tried watching one of those documentaries and I don't know. I don't believe a fucking thing. So
Do you
and
ever?
Suge Knight's in jail. I
Yeah,
always thought that Suge Knight had a story to tell. But
he probably has a
obviously,
lot.
that's what I thought. I thought by now he was going to cop to whatever the fuck time he's doing right now. I always, in the back of my mind, thought at one point he would tell a story.
I wonder why. It's crazy. I just don't know much about that world, but it just seemed. Didn't he like run someone over? Wasn't that the last thing that he did on
I
like a
think
film
he
set
did.
or something?
Yeah, that's the last thing he fucking did. So
It's just crazy what people do.
no. It's a different fucking world out there. So it's funny that now is when they caught this dude. Listen, guys, there's people at the end, 20 years later, everybody killed Jimmy Hoffa. Everybody shot this guy. Everybody shot that guy at the end. I remember one night turning on HBO. I don't know how old I was. I was probably up all night. And it was a documentary about the Iceman, okay? And I remember I was fucking baffled. I was baffled.
Why?
And it came out again. What?
Why were you baffled?
Because this guy was a murderer and he lived in an area that I knew like the back of my hand. And at that time, I didn't have access to the computer or nothing. All I knew, there was him and Dr. Bowden. And Dr. Bowden investigated crimes. Dr. Bowden, I don't know what his fucking name is. I know when Epstein got strangled, that's who
Right.
they called to do the autopsy. So 20 years ago, this guy had his own show on fucking HBO. Interesting as fuck. Saturday night, late night. You went
And it was
home,
like,
smoked a number, you made a cheeseburger, whatever the fuck you liked, and you watched this show about him figuring out crimes. No, this isn't like secondhand shit. This is the guy telling you how it went down. And in one of those things, I put it on one night and there was the Iceman. And the Iceman told a few stories. And I was like, oh shit. And then I got lost for a few years and I saw the second one.
the second
And
documentary.
yes, he probably has 2 or 3 of them, maybe. And the second one, it was kosher. And by that time, I was traveling a lot. I was a feature act, but I traveled a lot. And, as true as it may be, I fucking would buy books at all these bookstores that you see. Barnes and Noble, there was another place, Borders.
Yeah.
Borders books. I used to always go to Borders. They had to buy 3 books, get 15% off, whatever the fuck that meant. And that's what I would do. In one of those places, I found the Iceman book. The first one, or a book where he was mentioned. And then again, I went on a fucking hiatus and he came back again in 2000 and something. And by this time he was arrested. He was doing time. It was over. And he just started talking about now he was responsible for everybody but Jesus Christ. He was there when this guy got shot. He was there when this guy got shot. But in that last interview, he made a detail and they made them bring back Sammy the Bull from his slip. And 2 weeks later, he dies in his cell. But it doesn't matter. It's crazy that at the end, he was responsible for John F. Kennedy. He was responsible for the guy in the Bronx. Because somewhere along the line, he was already doing time. Why not fucking throw the cops off and all this shit? He knew fucking where they put whatever his name is. It's fucking amazing. You start hyping yourself up, maybe sell a bestseller, whatever the fuck. Who knows?
It's crazy that someone would just be like, I'm in jail. I'm just going to say I murdered everybody.
Dog, I knew this was coming. Like somebody was going to do a podcast live from prison. That, if it cost 99 cents to download, he's going to make a fucking shitload of money because that's
Oh,
where the podcast world is going next. You got to go into a den where they sell crack and move every 2 weeks from den to den. Oh, yeah. Bah, 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 bah. People getting shot, people doing oxygen hits. You know, I don't know. I don't even know if there's crack dens anymore. I'm an old man. What do I know?
I think there has to be. You got to do your crack somewhere.
You know, I have not seen it around here. 3 years. Nothing. I go to
Well,
the
you live in
city.
a nice place.
Yeah, but even when I go to the city, but I haven't been to the city in maybe 2 months. And I always go in the daytime. I don't know what happens at night. I'm scared to go to the city at night.
That's crazy. You grew up there.
Yeah, I got no reason to go over there at night. I really don't.
I don't blame you.
So what kind of comedy you got coming up?
This weekend, I'm at
Ooh,
the Silvertone.
at the where?
At the end of the month, I'm at the Kansas City Improv opening for Josh and Jacob Wolf.
Look at you and shit.
That'll be fun. Last week of the month.
Kansas City and shit.
Oh
Getting
yeah,
barbecue.
yeah. I'm really excited. I've never been to Kansas City.
You know what, man? They're nice people. Listen, put it in the back of your head that they're all great people.
Oh yeah.
They work hard for every fucking dollar. Fridays and Saturdays, this is one of their options for entertainment. Unless they want to go to some crazy bar where you ride horses and do dirty things to it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I've always liked. I'm sorry.
It's really weird when you think about those places. When we stop this podcast this evening, this week's assignment is for you to look up a Midwest booker,
Okay.
Midwest comedy booker. Check them out. Do some research. They got them. They have to be.
Right.
One or two, but people are just lazy. Everybody wants to do this. There's got to be people going, you know what? I do a booker in the Midwest. He books Ohio. You know, and now at a young comic, a 3 to 5 year comic, you're starting to get the different people. In 5 years, you'll come to me. In 2 years, you'll come to me and go, man, I'm never going to that room again. They didn't like me. I went to this room in Atlanta. Ooh, they fucking booed me. And now you build this thing in your mind. So as you're getting better, you're building up more cities, right?
Right.
But in the meantime, you ain't going back to those places. For
Oh,
me, it
no.
was and Charlotte. I ate a bag of dick at a club one night as an open micer. I went into the showcase for the club, thinking I was Joey Bananas, and dog, I had to do the set and go right to the car and get right to the airport. That's how embarrassed I was. There was no commingling. There was no drink at the bar. Like I just ate a bag of dick. So I never went back to Charlotte. And then I went to Atlanta, I think, with Joe.
Okay.
Died all weekend at the Punchline. Died. This had to be 90, maybe 2000. It was rough, Uncle Joey. And you had to work Sunday.
Oh, damn. And you didn't do well any show?
What's that?
You didn't do well any show?
I think I had some light 1 or 2 nights, but we did like 6 fucking shows, you know?
Jesus.
So I never went back to Atlanta or Charlotte. And then there was a night in Nashville. I ate a bag of dick. So I said, you know what? I'm not going back to the Bible Belt. It doesn't make any difference. And then when I got to LA, people started offering me gigs in the Bible Belt. And I was like, and then I got cocky. I went back there. I'm lying to you because I think I went back there in 98. But this is that whole period. Yes, 98. I thought I was king of the swing. And my buddy got me in with Creative Entertainment. Check them out. See if they're still around.
Okay.
They're out of North Carolina. And he got me into a weekend, and I died a death of many dicks. And then he got me to do a week of one-nighters.
Ooh.
And I co-headline with my brother, Vinny Lightbulbs. We're still great friends. We go back to 1998 in his truck, driving up a hill to, I think it was called Clark, Tennessee. Then we went to Knoxville. We did like 2 weeks together in that fucking truck. We did Fort Lauderdale. We did a bunch of one-nighters. We stopped at places. But that whole week, dog, I struggled. And I had to come up with 45 minutes. I had to talk to the audience. Some nights I'd come on too heavy because Vinny was clean. Vinny was very clean, so they enjoyed Vinny. And then I went up there with a worse accent than Vinny, and they'd fucking hate me. They'd look at me like a Yankee. So, mental note, I ain't coming back to the Bible Belt, no matter what. That's why when they asked me to go to Nashville, I was in shock. Because the guy that asked me to go to Nashville was there the night I ate the bag of dicks. He was in the showroom when I got off, and I remember shaking his hand, and he's like, rough tonight. What are you going to do? And I was opening for Stanhope.
Wow.
Stanhope, it was 8 o'clock show. The 10 o'clock show was Steven Seagal on the guitar. You understand
Are
me?
you serious?
Listen, you want to come to me with stories? You want to make noise? Make noise. You know.
How does Steve Seagal sound like on the guitar?
I think I cried and I ran out of there back to my hotel. I love this 2 movies, you know. He had me with like the first 2 movies, like, all right, let it go. After the one when he came back with the debt, he was paralyzed. 3 days later, he's doing fucking shooting people and running up. And come on, you got me here. I don't know much about paralysis. I'm in fucking 3 days. Get your fucking life together. And then the Jamaican one was good. I remember getting stoned. I was, I went to see the Jamaican one. Again.
He played a Jamaican guy?
Nah, he played a cop in a Jamaican neighborhood.
Okay.
They put voodoo on him, and it took you for a little while. Then you're like, Steve, that's it. I can't do this anymore. And then he went astray. He started wearing a wig and shit. And then I bumped into him at a UFC. I didn't say a fucking word till he turned around. And then I talked shit. I kept yelling, where's Bobby Lupo? Me and like 20 people. Where's Bobby Lupo? And people yelling other movies from other little words from different movies. Classic.
Oh my God. I didn't say anything until he turned around. Did he make him leave or did he stay the whole time? Because you probably didn't stop.
He didn't. He wouldn't even turn around because he knew if he turned around, he'd get tortured more. After about 7 or 8 minutes, security got a call and they escorted him out. Well, who shot Bobby Lupo?
That's so funny. Oh my God. I love that. Who have you tortured anybody else at a UFC?
Have I what?
Have you tortured anybody else at a UFC?
Couple people, but I torture everybody everywhere I try to. I always tell you, we got to do a call when I tell you a story about torturing people. I'm always flipping somebody. You know that. I'm always messing with somebody. You got to believe what it is.
And like the UFC seems like the perfect place for you because I could just see you looking at people. I've been with you when you see someone, like if he's wearing like an Affliction shirt or like he has sandals on, you're gonna say something. You say something like you'll just sit there the entire time and have just comments.
Listen, we already dropped the name. You know what I'm saying? So I was at a UFC one time and I made a guy believe that I knew him back in the day. Okay. Because I had heard stories about the guy. I never met him. I went to a couple of his, whatever he did, concerts, whatever this Momo did. I was a fan in 1990 of this guy, 91. Okay. Here, I don't know, 20 years later, he's at a UFC and he walks right past me. So, I started talking to this guy, and now I heard all the stories because he came up in Miami. So I heard all the stories. So I'm like, you don't remember me? And he's like, no, I don't. I go, come on, dog. I used to play basketball at your house. 1999, me, and I started dropping names. And he kept looking at me, and he goes, that's right. I know you. So now I had him. Bam. And then he kept telling me, yeah, when was the last time you were like, oh, I'm 98. I played basketball every year till 6 in the morning. The chick showed up. And now I'm just talking gibberish. I'm just dropping a fucking story on him. He's like, yeah, I remember that night. That's right. You're a comedian. Yeah. Oh, shit. And I'm like, I got this, Momo. Then other people came and they started torturing. And that was the end of that.
And what was it? You just wanted to fuck with him? There wasn't a point to it? Like, why did he want him to think you had grown up with him?
Because I got nothing else going on. It's in between fights. I got to bother somebody, right?
Yeah. Oh my
You gotta, I'm an only child. I love all this type of shit.
Do you ever make change your voice for a phone call? Like pretend you have an accent?
What am I, a fucking ventriloquist? I only got one voice. I remember when I go to voiceovers for a while, people
Right.
would always come in with an Irish accent. I had to make a call one day. Listen, stop this. I got a Puerto Rican accent. I got a New York City accent. I got a New Jersey accent. Here's the fucking beauty of it. You're listening to all three of them.
Oh
Take
my
me where
god.
you go. Tell me what you want me to say, but I'm not gonna come here and do fucking chip chip Charlie ho or fucking one of those Irish things, speaking fucking like a leprechaun. I
Have they ever
can't.
asked you to speak with like more of a Spanish accent?
Oh yeah, and then that don't work either because they want me to be Pancho Villa. I show up with this Puerto Rican, Cubanish, fucking bullshit. It's New York City wrapped up in fucking 3 different nationalities. So I'm not going to change that. I don't know. I look at these movies and you see these actors, and then 5 years later you see an interview, and they're like Australian or English, and you're like, what the fuck is this? I saw this guy's a scam. I saw
This guy's a scam.
Yeah, I saw this guy talking Chinese, and all of a sudden, you go look him up, and he's really English or Australian. The black dude from The Wire.
Yeah, of course. Whatever. Yeah, he was in The Office too.
I'll be office. What office?
No, he was in The Office.
Whatever. The guy that was
The Office.
No, the guy that got shot. The guy that Denzel shot.
Yeah, Stringer, right?
No, what's his name?
I remember. God damn it! What the hell is? I know who you're talking about.
Whatever his fucking name is. He played whatever in The Wire.
It was great. Yeah, did he play Stringer Bell? What the fuck is his name?
What happened?
Wasn't his character's name Stringer?
Yeah, who played Springer? Hit me.
Idris Elba. Jesus Christ.
Who do you think you're dealing with? Now, at one time, he did something at Caroline's.
He did stand up.
I don't know. I didn't say that. He did. I think he was a manager there.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy from The Sopranos. We're both managers there. It's very interesting. But when he speaks, he's got a fucking great English accent, But then, Tom Hardy. You watch Tom Hardy in the fucking Drop. He talks like I do. And then you see him in a jiu-jitsu tournament. And, you're like, what the fuck is this guy saying? I've always admired that. The chicken Eyes Wide Shut, that she was a Scientologist for a while with Tom Cruise, but she left him for the guitar player. That movie is fucking tremendous. It's been on lately. That is one of my favorite movies. And I can tell you what, for a guy like me, it's a disgusting movie unless if you're doing blow or you're doing kinky stuff. I mean, they go into that movie, Lee. You've never seen this?
No, I
This
haven't.
is a 2-hour fucking masterpiece.
Is it a scary movie?
No.
I don't do horror shit.
Tom Cruise, who's worth every fucking dime they give this cocksucker.
Right.
And he's married to Nicole Kidman. She's like a school teacher, and he's a doctor. And they go to a party, and she's flirting, and he's flirting, and all of a sudden they get home, and they have a little fucking conversation. And Nicole Kidman does a 10-minute scene that will make you go, what the fuck did I just see? In like a T-shirt with little boobies that's tight and underwear on. And she's painted, her red hair is up, and she's smoking a fucking joint. And while she's telling Tom Cruise her fucking agonies, she's giggling at him. And she's just fucking brilliant. But in that movie, she has a fucking New York accent. And then you see her again, and she's got the fucking, now you go to the AMC, and there she is. Hi, welcome to this experience. She ain't fucking got no New York accent. That's an Australian chick. So that's my point. I got what I got. That's why I couldn't go audition for fucking Mad TV. I remember going 2 of those auditions where they tell you, give us a character. They barely booed
Okay.
the fucking room. I think
Why?
I auditioned for I auditioned for some troupe in LA, like one of those TV shows, not Frank TV. Frank put me on. This is like something from the WB, and I think I went to producers because I passed the first test. That was brutal, brutal. I knew they were
What?
going to throw a curveball at me
And
because
what do they do?
they went from sketches to give us your best character, give us your weakest character. Come on, you can't drop that on me on audition. I think I played like Lenny the Bookie and Marty the Butcher, and I walked out of there, ripped up the fucking sides, and went to my car and cried for like an hour because I thought I was going to fucking nail this. That's a disappointment, but who gives a fuck? It's a learning experience. They always going to throw a curveball at you, and look at the show went nowhere. So who gives a Frenchman's fuck?
How long did it take you to get better at getting over that stuff?
Getting over what?
Like disappointment, like if something didn't go well, you didn't get the audition, you didn't do well in front of the booker.
Comedy wise or television film wise?
Either one, both. I'd be interested in both.
As a comic, there's nothing worse than when a club owner tells you he doesn't want you there or you're not his cup of tea. Meanwhile, you're picking up 20 clubs from a booker, but the one that bothers you the most is this guy. And he's probably got like 2 clubs. You really liked him, but now he's telling you had a good weekend, you thought, until he dropped a fucking bomb on you. And you know what's crazy? You try to keep going back, and one day you give up. And 5 years from then, you realize that when the night after the second show, the waitress you were talking to, he was banging on the side. He didn't like that you were talking to her. Not even that you were fucking hitting on her, Lee, because you would never hit on her. But that's what you find out. You go, that's why I didn't go back there, because the waitress came to the green room and talked to me, and we smoked a half a number with the other comic. So you never know. You can't trip on that. And then guess what? One day, boom, you get a movie, you're on a TV show, now they put you out, the agencies start putting you out, and guess where your first stop is?
That club?
Yep. And all of a sudden he's at the door. How you doing? Great to see you. I always knew you were going to be a star. They just, listen, at that time, they didn't like a lot of Jewish protests in town. So, whatever the fucking shit he would say to you, but now you're selling tickets.
Right, yeah.
He forgot about that girl. She's not there anymore. He's on to the next waitress, and everything is forgotten just like that. And you realize what comedy's all about. That if you're selling tickets, they don't give a fuck if you light your asshole on fire. As long as people in the chairs and they drink their 2 minimum and they get an order of wings and they get diarrhea and they get the fuck out of there. That just goes to show you. It's like anything else. In that industry, it doesn't fucking matter. You know, you can do whatever you want. The bottom line is motherfucking pay-per-views.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I went roller skating and got 3 million pay-per-views. That's great. Look at what McGregor's doing and all these. They just released the numbers. I look at those pay-per-views and I go, there's a lot of money out there.
Yeah.
Somebody's spending a lot of fucking money out there. And whatever, God bless them. I'm not, I love all that shit. But it's just insane how many people worldwide get those things. It's very enlightening, so. And that's it, brother. You've been writing anything or what?
Comedy-wise?
No, Shakespeare-wise. Yeah, fucking comedy-wise.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to ask you a quick question. Have you ever said a line in conversation that just was like you weren't trying to, like it was just something you said that you turned into a joke?
Yes.
And does it usually work? Like it was crazy. Like it just happened last night, so I wrote it down. I'm excited to try it.
It was a Sunday afternoon. Doug Stanhope had taken me into his home. He had a girlfriend at the time, and I would always leave in the mornings. I would take a walk around town, apply for different stupid jobs, get a hot dog on, there was a little Korean lady down there that made pretty good fried hot dogs. And I don't know what happened. I get back to his house. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Wide awake. The girlfriend's there. The neighbor's in there. I don't think Ralphie May's mom lived next door yet. And I'm in there and I'm a little fired up. You know, it's 1 PM. I think I got a showcase at the store. I don't know what the situation was. And he's talking about something. And he says something about trannies. You know, Doug Stanhope was raw then. Because at that time, Doug Stanhope lived 2-3 blocks away from where there was like a thing with transgender people, transvestites, whatever. They want to be called transgenders, and that's fine. So, you know, something happened, and off the cuff, I go, Doug, what do you give a fuck about? You punch him in the head when they call the cops, when the cops show up, who are you going to believe? You or some dude or a wig with a black eye, a guy with a wig and a black eye. Dog, it just came out of me. I remember Stanhope just stopping and going, you're doing that tonight in your fucking act. And I'm like, no. He's like, you got to do that joke in your act. If not, I'm taking it. Make sure you do it tonight. And he actually went to the store and made sure I did it. It got an okay thing. And then I just started using it on stage. I learned how to use it. It took me maybe a month to figure out how to use it. And years later, Rogan was doing it, telling people about that joke. Don't
Crazy.
Yeah, same joke. That what's she gonna do? What are you gonna do when the cops show up? What are they gonna believe? You or some dude with a wig and a black eye. Horrible joke, but you know what? I had 10 of those. You know that. You were in the car with me. How many times did we go for a ride and we died of laughter, and 2 days later we're talking about it on stage and it's kind of working, and then we try it again, and you were there. You saw the development of this is what we were talking about in the beginning of the podcast. Tapping into that. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the stupidity. Chrysler went back to work. He acted. No, I got a job. No, they don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear that shit. They want to hear that shit you tell yourself after you smoke a number and you're in the shower. And you're in the shower thinking the most craziest stuff about fucking, you know. And you come out of there and you're like, you know what? This might rub people the wrong way. Let me write this down. My journey is to figure out how to deliver this and for them fucking to understand what I'm saying. May take 2 weeks, it may take 2 years. Like I mentioned before, you might say something, you might giggle your ass off, and one other person might giggle their ass off, but you can't say it. You bring that joke back 5, 6 years later when you have a little bit more confidence, like Bill Burr, that confidence he brings up there, and all of a sudden, damn, the joke works now in front of fucking 18,000 people. I love you, cocksucker. I got to take 2 steps to the rear and get out of here. It's Monday Night Football.
I love you, buddy. It was great to see you.
I love you guys. And now for a word from our sponsors. Have a great week. Toodaloo. What's happening, you savages? Uncle Joey here. The check-in is brought to you by Stamps.com. They already got Christmas stuff on the shelves, and things are about to get crazy. If you're a business owner or even just a guy that's got packages to send, then you need Stamps.com. Stamps.com is your own personal post office wherever you are. All you need is a printer and a computer. Listen, I've been with them for close to 10 years. My wife still uses them for little things here and there. Why? Because you print your own postage at discounts up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates, and Stamps.com will even let you know the cheapest and fastest shipping options to help you save even more money. If you want to save time as well as money, you can even schedule package pickups and through Stamps.com. The dashboard, it couldn't be any easier. If I could do it, so can you. So do yourself a favor. Give your business the gift of Stamps.com so your mailing and shipping is covered this holiday season. Sign up with promo code Joey for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and press in code Joey.